nuclear power plant from overexposure to radiation. Investigators are deciding whether it had something to do with it being Casual Friday. So how about those vegans? I overheard someone on the bus giving directions on the phone saying, so you gotta turn on Irving and kill Patrick, and I thought, what did Irving and Patrick ever do to you?
Very good.
Hello, gentlemen, ladies, etc. This introduction is futile. More futility will follow it. A bastardized version of myself will come out in a few seconds to begin a teaser, which begins our show, which begins your understanding. Like everyone, we're trying something new. Call it an amalgam of two olds. My name isn't Samuel Beckett, but for all intents and purposes, yes it is. I've been asked by what we'll call, for all intents and purposes, a network to provide a backstory that they feel is missing from our pilot. Once upon a time in a faraway land called Europe, tiny little people, collectively known as Europeans, ventured into theatres and bookstores for an escape, hoping to find solace in knights and last Mohicans. A generation or so later, some men came in and said, "F*** you, there must be more to the world than escape. There must be meaning." And they said, "You're right," opening a new era. Until another generation of men came along and said, "No, F*** you, your meaning is just another way to escape." And a young man named Samuel Beckett was leading the way. And now here he is, in his own hilarious half-hour, minimalist, absurdist, existentialist, philosophically conceived situation tragicomedy. You can laugh if you like, but otherwise we've taken care of it. This was an introduction. The play begins now.
Quiet! Some of us are trying to write about non-existence down here. That's the best I could come up with in 3 hours? I could write that in my sleep.
Écoutez, Samuel Sedlak. Un homme et une femme mis côte à côte au bar. Et l'homme dit à la femme, je t'aime. Et l'homme dit, mais tu vois sur ma maman côte. Et l'homme saute et dit, non, je ne veux pas un femme qui n'est pas symétrique. Oh, yes, sorry, I say it in English. A man and a woman are sitting side by side in the bar. And the man says to the woman, I love you. And the woman says, but you've only seen my good side. And the man jumps up and says, no, I do not want a woman who's not symmetrical.
Je comprends français, très bien, merci.
Now you've offended me.
You are offending me with that joke. My apartment is not to allow for such bottom-of-the-barrel humor. Suppose someone was listening.
I doubt they could hear it from the bottom of the barrel.
No, you're the bottom of the barrel.
This is barrel, I thought it was apartment.
No, the barrel's not concrete.
No, it is wood, but so is barrel, no?
No, bottom of the barrel is an English expression. It's a metaphor.
Metaphor, is that another English expression?
No, it ain't. The point is, don't tell jokes, or I'll hurt you comically upside the head.
But you're not a violent man, Beckett. You're a passive, calmly pessimistic absurdist.
And you're not a dumb, naive, nor next-door neighbor. You're a well-known academic fellow, absurdist, ridiculer of banality. But that does not bode well for comedic effect.
I suggest otherwise. Perhaps the source of comedic effect is the restraint of what we expect to be humorous, such as standing still and contemplating.
See?
I see nothing! Oh, I see you have written much of your new play.
Oh, it's all gibberish. I keep falling asleep at the typewriter and my head falls on the keys and I wind up with a scramble of letters.
I don't know. This doesn't look much different than the last play you wrote.
Keep me in the layman, Eugene. It secures our existence.
Oh, thank you very much. What is a layman? How dare you! Je ne suis pas un layman! I'm going to be a great writer one day.
Well, being a layman shouldn't stop you. But I wouldn't wait until it's too late. I mean, look at Mother Moses in 3C. She's already about to be a grandma and she's done nothing with her life. Well, not to mention the American Julia in 1B. She says she wants to be a French chef, but she's passing 40.
I thought she was just a child.
That's her last name.
If I am just Le Man, what should I do with my text?
All the things that limit you as Le Man, you know? Your struggles, your need to find meaning in a potentially meaningless world. Never mind, don't write about that, that's taken.
You know, I want to write about my struggles, but I doubt the audience wants to hear the stories from everyday concrete.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Well, for example, I was making excuses to my laptop the other day and he said, I don't want to hear it!
Well, what's wrong with the stories of everyday conk? Well, nobody wants to hear about those above them. They want to see their reflection.
A miroir would be more convenient for them and for you.
Well, I'm still writing it.
You know what I'm writing now?
What?
Now, don't laugh. But it's a story about a man named Eugene who lives in an apartment next to a man named Samuel who's writing a play about a man named Eugene who lives in a poor man's apartment next to a man named Samuel who's writing a play about a man named Eugene who lives in a poor man's apartment next to a man
It's
named Samuel.
redundant, don't you think?
Which part?
I just have a feeling a couple of the characters might feel trapped as bastardized versions and bastardized versions and bastardized versions.
Attention! This is only the setup. It continues, and that Eugene takes out his beautiful butcher knife, which he typically uses to chop
You
onions.
see, much like the knife you use to chop onions.
And he disavows his landlord! But I haven't got that part fleshed out yet.
Well, let's hope this play remains unfinished.
Pourquoi? You do not like pretty, weird
Not when I'd have to go to trial for it.
Alors, what is your play about?
'Tis difficult to explain in a tagline. I suppose you could say it's about nothing. Or you could say it's an exploration into what is potentially nothing to find something, and then going through that something thoroughly and finding nothing.
You lost me on tis.
I don't know, yeah. It's about two men waiting. One often sits, the other stands. One often talks a lot, the other stays silent. One contemplates dualities, the other just scratches himself.
Where do you get your ideas?
Nowhere!
That feels like it! So what are they waiting for?
No, I don't know, good question. I'm a man, I suppose.
How about the landlord? I know it could end.
I don't think he'll be making an appearance.
I'm confused. They wait for the whole play?
We?
And he never shows up? So does he exist?
Well, I suppose the audience can decide that.
But you're the writer, that's your job.
I write what's needed.
He doesn't appear the whole play.
No, that's the point.
Je ne comprends pas. You build this honor, these autres honors sitting about.
My friend, Samuel Beckett doesn't compromise, he doesn't pander, and he doesn't let fools get in the way of speaking his...
Wait a minute, how about this? The man they're waiting for shows up at the end.
No.
Hear me out. He shows up at the end and they go, oh, at last, it is you. You are here to save us. And the man says, oui. And the audience goes home happy, no?
No.
They are brothers and he is their father?
No.
He's been a tree on stage the whole time.
No.
He's gone in disguise.
No, all the more reason for him never to show up. Look, Eugene, you're not going to win this one. For the audience to be pampered is not the most important thing. I'm not going to screw up the most important play of the 20th century for a less stressful denouement.
Denouement, is that another English expression?
You moronic secondary character. Where did you go to school?
Secondary school.
They didn't laugh at that.
Maybe they don't know about secondary school. They are American.
Let's try again. You moronic elementary character. Where did you go to school?
Secondary school.
No, you're supposed to say elementary school.
I don't know what elementary school. I'm French.
Well, they do French things. That they need to laugh. Go. Go. No, I mean go do French things.
I am. I'm existing as a French person. What more is needed?
Laughter. It's securing your existence.
As a French person?
No, as a person, a being.
Being what?
A being, an entity.
Language, we are on television.
Exactly, and how long has it been since we've told a joke?
Not in about a minute.
And it should be no longer than that, so quick, say something funny.
Okay. A man and a woman are sitting side by side.
Wait, is this an asymmetry joke?
Merde, I already told that one.
Look ahead in the script.
They haven't given us much.
Oh, don't say that, just skip ahead. Hurry, find something. It's been longer than a minute since we told the gal. Come on.
Oh! Well, there's one good thing about your play. It cures insomnia. Hey, I didn't write that.
Well, then technically I didn't stop you.
Well, it's fine then. Who did it?
That's right, Eugene. Who did?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking too.
You're asking to whom?
No, I'm asking as well.
You're asking as well as whom?
Let's leave the jokes aside for a minute.
Okay, but no longer than a minute.
Eugene, did you ever read Schopenhauer?
Schopenhauer. I must have looked at it.
Do you remember the 4 books about will?
I can't read.
Never mind.
Samuel, Samuel. Samuel?
You ever think to consider our place?
In the world?
No, just our place.
Oh. What of it?
Take a look, Eugene. All around.
Wall. 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 Nothing more to see.
There's where you're wrong, Eugene. Rooms have 4 walls usually. Turn right one more time. A camera, lights, a man with long uncircumcised microphone. People looking at us.
You must have broken the 4th wall.
So you see how this works, Eugene. Walk on out there. Go on, it's all right. Go on.
Ooh, that looks very nice on you. And it's very cozy. Oh, no, you single.
Basically, you no longer exist, Eugene. Come on back.
I'll get your number after the show.
Now, you realize what this means?
It means that people can see me when I bathe. Thank God I am French. Ooh la la, café, croissant.
Eugene, seriously! What if this is a show and we are mere characters?
I'm sorry, sir, you're the model and you said that one.
I mean, what if we truly are characters?
Are we beloved?
Oh, that's not important, Eugene. Everything we do or say. For example, scratch yourself.
Wow.
Anywhere. You didn't just do that.
I did.
Because it was written.
It was fate from my Beckett each.
Well, whatever you want to call it.
My Beckett?
No, fate!
Alors, peut-être we can escape. Then we can do whatever we want.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, Eugene. We walk through that 4th wall and we don't exist.
It's been more than a minute, Samuel.
Oh dear. Well, we do our best to keep people watching us, so,
And how do we do that?
well, I suppose we try to be funny.
And how do we do that?
I suppose we try and do funny things.
And how often do we do that?
Every 10 seconds. That's not good enough.
Well, then you think of something.
Oh, all right. Why does a woman dressed as a cat remind someone of an eyeball?
Why?
Well, it's the kind of joke you have to think about for a few minutes.
We don't have the time.
All right, well, you tell a joke and I'll react.
Okay, well, at least there's one funny thing about you. No, I already told that one. Let's just find a new situation. You are writing a play, and I don't understand it.
Yes. Wait. If we are worried, then it is written for us to be worried. So we have no control over it. So we don't have to worry.
But we do have to worry. We're supposed to be worried. They were not worried. Oh. That's better. What are we talking about?
My new play.
Ah, yes. What is it about?
Waiting.
Waiting for
Something.
something.
That won't come.
I know this feeling. So, what do you have so far besides what doesn't come?
In keeping with the absurd, one of the characters has a man in his boot. They are both waiting for a turnip.
What is the importance of a turnip?
Well, what matters is the importance they put upon it. The turnip may not be important or even exist.
How will they survive?
By waiting.
Maybe they'll survive by waiting, but your audience surely won't.
Quiet! Oh, not you.
What is the name of this turnip?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll probably name him after my uncle in Dublin, William O'God.
Oh God, why?
He promised to pick me up from school one day and he never came. This will show him.
You know, don't you think that oh God is not very French? How about hot God?
That's it.
And attendant hot God. J'aime ça.
It's not my only struggle. It's been quite a while since my last thought on how this is to be done. How do you write a play where nothing happens?
It looks like you just did.
It's never been done before. I have nothing to rely on. Although I am writing about nothing. So I suppose that's the best thing to rely on.
What if you put a little more action into it? Might make things easier for you.
The point is there is no action. No violence, no sex. Aside from the embrace of two men. Do you have any further ideas?
Samuel, we are just friends.
Ooh. What if one of the men was on a leash?
Okay, well, I have to be going now. You get some more ideas, but depending on what they are. Ciao!
Eugene!
Oui, Samuel.
Help me!
With what?
Well, I need inspiration for an interaction between two men.
Now I recall why I left.
Eugene!
What is it now?
I'm not suggesting anything between us, just a conversation, that is all.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot my boots. Oh.
What do you need your boots for?
They make me feel like a wealthy landlord.
Where'd you get them?
I stole them from a wealthy landlord.
What if he catches you walking around in them?
Well, maybe when he sees we have similar tastes, he'll start respecting me.
Interesting way of thinking.
If only I could just get them on.
You know, our landlord is a size smaller than you. What's to be done?
I don't know.
You're giving me nothing. See? Oh yes, keep it up, dear. You're doing great. That's it.
Would you like a turnip?
Has that been in your pocket all this time?
Of course not. It's in my boot.
Sickening.
Hey, our landlord has good taste.
Doesn't mean he tastes good. Eat it yourself. Eugene, where'd you get that hat?
From our landlord?
You stole it?
Well, he steals my money.
That's part of a transaction. You get his room, so he gets your money, and that's the end of it. Not you get his room, so he gets your money, so you get his hat.
So I get his apron. See? Still a transaction.
You can't call that an exchange.
It is. I gave him what I have.
You don't have a hat.
That still makes it an exchange.
That's true. Why would you want to wear his hat anyway?
Maybe if I wear his hat, I'll know what he's thinking.
So you're saying his brains are in his hat, yes?
Peut-être.
No wonder you have nothing to give him! Oh, come on. Oh, come on! What is such an existentialism?
What?
Oh, nothingness.
Fell asleep at the wheel again.
Wrong English expression, Eugene, may we. Now what is this gibberish on this page which I have written?
Givant.
Given the existence, as spoken, as uttered forth in the existence of Puncher and Watchman of a personal God.
Quoi?
Well, that has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
When are we going to continue on our misadventure?
Oh, isn't this enough of a misadventure?
You call this fun? We've been sitting here waiting for what? I don't know. How can anyone consider this enjoyable?
Well, there's more to life than just pleasure.
Oh, like what?
Meaningless. Ah, look what you made me write. Oh, that's not bad.
Will I get credit for this?
That is an origin story that would not interest most.
How far are you to getting nowhere?
I'm getting there.
Has God showed up yet?
His name is now Godlo, and no.
Godot?
Godlo.
Godot.
Godlo.
It would solve all your problems.
No, it would solve all of their problems. It would create problems for us.
Like what?
We have to inform the world of the randomness and chaos of life it was meant to be.
Well, I'm bored already.
Well, it'll grow on you.
Well, sit on the block.
It's been more than 10 seconds. Hurry.
These authors do nothing for me. I cannot find a damn funny thing to say.
Find another script. There. Go.
Oh, I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Samuel, you mean?
Oui, Samuel.
Let's me finish this, Eugene.
Can you finish it later?
No.
Well, I hope there's some jokes in there.
Plenty.
Like what? I don't get it. Clock is ticking, Beckett.
This is going to be shown to audiences for generations to come. I have to perfect it.
Well, you have an audience sitting right there, and they are waiting for you.
Well, I have more important waiting individuals to worry about. Please, God, give me a sign. Well, all right then.
Well, shall we go? Pull on your trousers. What? Pull on your trousers? You want me to pull up my trousers? Pull on your trousers. Well, shall we go? Yes, let's go.
They won't move. Suddenly... No, it's perfect. Oh, the thought perfection would be so easy. Eugene? Eugene?
What?
I have finished mon oeuvre.
Huh. Ton oeuvre est over. Well, it's about time. You know that Agatha Christie has written 5 plays since then.
Well, nothing got in her way.
Same for you. Ha
Well, there's a
Understand.
difference between nothing and nothingness.
Yes, the difference of a joke. So what do we do now?
Well, we celebrate. Oh, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, me too.
Me first.
Samuel, what's this?
I wanted a visual. It's fine, but you know, I had a flask for us to indulge in and I can't find it. It was in my flask case.
Is it?
Oh, how come you have it?
Surprise!
Now we can truly celebrate. What's this?
Surprise, surprise! It's a flask case for your flask case.
Okay. where's the flask?
Well, I had to make room, didn't I?
Eugene, what's going on? Eugene!
Huh?
Where are you going?
We're off air. I've got a minute and 49 seconds to smoke.
That's more than a minute without jokes. How will we survive?
41 seconds, you pretentious twat.
But I'm still Samuel Beckett, right? That's not me.
Beckett continues to look around until he stops in the middle of the voice's sentence. The set starts to change around him. Beckett is too flustered to notice the two stagehands moving his face around. They move on to the desk and begin to carry it up. Once that is complete, they bring his jacket for Act 2 and manhandle it onto him. He walks forward in irritation, blinded by the voice.
Is anyone else hearing this?
He says to himself. His confused expression is akin to a mouth breather.
That's a very insulting stage description. Hey!
He says in an equally ignorant manner. Beckett keeps his mouth shut. He starts to thumb through his play, looking between the play and the alleged source of the voice he hears. As he thumbs through, we see an expression of doubt on his face, perhaps at the themes of his own growth. Before he can criticize the voice for such a subjective stage direction, he notices the stage lights start to dim. He soon becomes encompassed by the inevitable darkness, followed by the inevitable return to light.
Alors, quelle est mon motivation?
Kindly say that in English.
Yeah. What is my motivation?
You were waiting
For what?
for God.
Well, duh.
Well, then why are you asking?
Well, what is my motivation as le character?
You have no motivation.
Well, then what is my motivation as le actor?
Is money enough?
I just want to know how to play a character who has no motivation.
Well, then go back to school.
No, I figure it out.
Okay, all right. Well, read. Blynn, will you do us the honors?
Of course. What is it?
Did you ever read the Bible?
Stop! Let's try it again. All right? Blynn?
What is it?
Did you ever read the Bible?
Again? Blynn?
What is it?
Did you ever read the Bible?
Again? Blynn?
What is it?
Did you ever read the Bible?
Stop!
Oh, that was the one, was it?
Next!
J'étais là, mon cher merde.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are no women parts in this play.
I'm not a woman, fool.
Okay, well, next time try harder.
What silliness is this? Look at me. Without a question of a doubt, I'm a man.
Roger, tell me, is this a man?
He looks like a fellow man to me, Samuel.
What?
Look, I'll prove it.
Nora, pull up your trousers!
You want me to pull on?
Just pull them up!
I'm so looking forward to showing off my kicks.
Next!
about Vladimir?
Oh, hold on. Haven't we seen you two already?
No?
No. Roger?
No, they look like different men to me, Samuel.
And you are both men.
Oui?
But do you two know each other?
No.
Perhaps we form a line.
Okay. Didier will be leading for Vladimir and Danton for Astrogan. Do you both have your places in the squad?
Oui. Oui.
And for the playwright's suggestion, try to suggest a small riff of homoeroticism, if you don't mind.
No.
No.
Fine.
You wanted to speak to me? You had something to say to me, Didi?
I have nothing to say to you.
You're angry with me. Forgive me. Take my hand. Don't be stubborn. Embrace me. Oh, you stink of garlic.
That's what's wrong about this! Oh, curtain!
Oh, we don't have any curtains, Samuel.
Are you sure we found the best people?
These are the greatest actors in France. We have no problem with them.
And just to be certain, we haven't seen these two before.
We, Samuel? I don't know what your problem is.
Oh, you stink of garlic.
Excuse me?
Oh, that's not the line.
I stink of garlic? How the hell do I stink of garlic? All we've been eating is turnips and carrots. This play is absurd.
Yes, yes it is.
I refuse to take part in this ridiculous departure from knights and last Mohicans. Look at me. I am dressed. You'd think I was an audience member.
Well, if you were more convincing, I'd agree.
Oh, you son of...
Actually, I did have a question about that. Are we like Auguste clowns or something? I feel like I'm Red Skeleton reciting nihilistic treatises.
And I read the end of this, you know? They don't even find Godot.
God.
2 hours of rambling and for nothing.
Oh, I'm starting to feel that way right now.
How dare you? You are talking to a talent of the highest caliber.
You are an appendage.
Suck mon appendage.
Which appendage would that be?
The obvious one.
With you, it's not so obvious.
Roger! I will not work with a man who insults mon appendages. You wrote a character that does not reflect me. It makes me go to piss every 5 minutes. It makes me stink of garlic. It gives me gonorrhea. I will not tolerate it. I am not such a vulgar man. You make changes or I will be forced to leave.
My friend, Samuel Beckett doesn't compromise. He doesn't pander, and he doesn't let fools get in the way of speaking.
I've got it. Instead of turnips, they can eat surun.
At this point, they can eat shit. Did you hear that?
Yes. How dare you?
No, not that. The shit. So if I say shit, what if I say... Well, shit. There's nobody else hearing this.
Oh, we are hearing it.
I feel I need to go home and say my prayer.
Well, go then, that's your privilege.
We should figure it out, Samuel.
I'm worried about this production run. I mean, if it's a flop, how will it lend itself to parody 70 years later? Without a legacy, how am I to know I exist?
Don't be silly. You exist now, don't you?
But do
How do you explain your consciousness?
I? Oh, my consciousness! How do you trust something that's pining for its own existence?
Do you think it doesn't work out the next one, eh?
I'm worried.
You have reason to be worried.
That's right. It is written.
What, the play?
No worry.
That's right. No worry. The play is written.
No. Worry is written.
I wouldn't say no worry is written. I'm sure some worry is written.
No, this worry is written.
Which worry should I
I'm saying it was written for my worry.
The play was written for your heart.
Oh!
Is that an English expression?
It means suck ma quaquet. Oh, it's written all right, and it's poorly written.
Don't worry, Samuel.
Did we not just discuss this?
Fine, think of garlic.
Well, you stink of
That's not the line.
Well, then why do you smell like...
It went fine, Pauline. First performance. The audience was a bit confused, but they enjoyed it.
Oh, I don't know if an audience is ready to pay 15 francs or pay what you can to be told everything is in vain.
It's always better the next night.
You stink of garlic.
See, I told you, this came from another fan.
Oh, perhaps we should have changed it to strudel.
Well, you're not going to like the even bigger turnip waiting for you in the lobby.
What?
I think he is an American. He's some fellow claiming to work for a network. He's what Victor Frankenstein's monster would look like if Victor Frankenstein worked for John Paul Getty. Oof.
My ears are burning. Me, the great Harry Sulphur, wait in the lobby? Not an option.
Why?
They kicked me out for selling opium. Oh my God! Is that Samuel Beckett, the great playwright?
Sitting on the door.
You may not know me. This continent, my reputation's a little fresh off the boat.
Harry Sulphur?
So I'm catching on!
No, you just said your name a few seconds ago.
Ah. Anyway, I'm Harry Sulphur, and I'm here to make your dreams come true.
Well, you've already personified a few of my past nightmares. How exactly will you make my dreams come true?
With one simple yet beautiful word.
Goodbye.
Contract! I want to be your agent!
The last thing I need in this world is an agent.
Wrong-o, my friend. The last thing you need in this world is a one-note career because your work lacked a certain universality.
Have you ever even seen my play?
Well, I think I did, though I'm not sure it's a play that I saw. It had about as much panache as waiting for the bus stop.
Why should you think yourself fit to be my agent if you don't even understand my work?
Listen. I understand the sales. I understand the kind of people who flock to this crap, but you can make it larger.
It's as large as it needs to be.
That's where you're wrong, my friend. Some might call this sleeper hit more of a sleeping pill.
Can't be true.
Do you know how much opium I sold in that lobby?
So you're trying to win me over by insulting me, huh?
Hey, there's one good thing about your play. It cures...
Oh, stop. I'm sorry. We already told that joke earlier during an emergency.
No, the whole world needs to understand your work, not just a few snooty intellectuals.
What do you suggest I do?
I've already got the project for you.
Oh, all right. Beckett, a hilarious compromise. He doesn't pander, and he doesn't let fools get in the way of speaking him.
Wait a moment. Am I Samuel Beckett? After all, maybe the same rules don't apply to me. What if I'm simply a cheaply written version, and I must adhere to whatever will continue on existing? And that can only be through appealing to modern audiences. If I continue to write for a respectable career in France, I will not have a format interesting enough for people to follow. All will be lost. I must keep alive what people are expecting if I am to keep alive myself. My characters must go through the pains of thriving with characters beneath his intellect in order for audiences to keep watching. I must live. Otherwise, I'll not even be an idea.
Harry, come back!
I knew you'd reconsider. So, what do you think of my office? Big, huh?
Very overcompensating indeed.
Thank you. You know, I showed it to your friend Roger earlier. He gave me what I assume was a compliment. You'll have to tell me what a quequet is one of these days.
With pleasure.
So, what do you think about your writing for your next play?
Oh, I was thinking about writing a play about inhaling.
Inhaling what?
Just inhaling.
Well, what do you do for the second act?
The second act will be the exhale.
More like a sigh of relief.
What does that mean?
I was telling a joke.
Oh, that would explain.
Now remember, you want to appeal to the audience more than you did with your last play.
My plays are not about appealing to the audience.
You're right. Then they'd be called Waiting for Godot to End.
Oh, there are at least two things incorrect about that joke. Well, it's Godot, so three things. First, if I were to appeal to the audience all around, the need to suggest that the play were tedious in the title would not be necessary. Second, Waiting for Godot to End would be referring to the character of Godot to End, which doesn't make sense and not the play. What you mean to say is I would call it Waiting for Godot to End. But that doesn't make sense either, because then that would be the title of the play and not Waiting for Godot. So you wouldn't make fun of it by calling it that title, because it never existed. You'd have to make fun of it by calling it Waiting for Godot to End, and then Waiting for Godot to End never existed in the first place, and it just goes on and on infinitely. Oh, and as well, you'd have to add on the last two words in order for the joke to fit the new title, so that would be Waiting for Godot to End, and it goes on infinitely. You see?
Congratulations, you just finished your next two-act play. Anyway, here's where you'll be working. You'll notice it's smaller than my office. But don't worry, it'll happen for you. The network's there like putty in our hands. They offer us a lower payment after the first season, and we say, Samon no mas! Samon no mas! It's a palindrome.
That must have taken you a long time.
You're not my first client named Sam.
All right, well, I best get to work.
Not so fast, Sammy. Meet your new co-writer, Norm.
I don't need a co-writer.
I'm afraid that's part of the deal I made with the network, Sammy.
I'm just here to help you cater to more demographics. You know, it's a small demographic for academics who enjoy European imported pessimistic absurdism.
Yeah, he's in the room.
I always write by myself.
Don't feel threatened by Norm, Sammy.
I'm just here to help you with funny, heartfelt stuff.
Well, I don't need help with that.
Oh, yes, you do.
Right, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure half of it will be complete drivel.
Well, the best half. Win.
I thought that was your terrain.
I don't know, it's hard this time. There's not much to go on.
Well, what have we got so far?
Your character is alone in his apartment trying to come up with something to write.
Oh, I've got a joke.
Really wonderful. What is it?
How about the man stays still for a long time?
And then what?
Then nothing.
Well, what's the punchline?
More nothing?
That's no good.
What's wrong with it?
It's not even a joke.
Well, it'll get laughter.
We'll have to have a flash to tell the audience when to applaud and when to laugh.
Screw you and your damn sitcoms. It's a Greek hell, that's what it is. The character waking up to the same day over and over again, not being conscious he'll ever move on, playing out some rehashed scenario like it's new every time. Well, I'm better than that.
How long are you going to stand there before you realize no one's going to laugh?
The people are there to see a comedy. They look and see a man doing nothing, they're gonna laugh. They just not have to go on for too long. First, we decide how long it takes to be a joke, and then we decide how long it takes to stop being a joke.
I don't think it ever started.
You can laugh at something that's not a joke. See? 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 Okay, now we know when to stop.
I'm telling you, it's not funny.
Well, what's your definition of funny?
A man and a woman are side by side in a box.
Stop. We've all heard that one.
Well, my definition is the same as everyone else's definition. I've gotten more laughs than you have.
Well, then why don't you just write the damn script for me?
Fine then.
Fine then. I don't understand any of these jokes.
Well, that makes us even.
You can't talk to me like that. I'm the head writer and the star.
Yeah? Well, I'm the only damn one who knows how to make this thing successful.
You're right. You're right, I'm sorry.
Yeah!
Do what you say.
Yeah!
Sammy and Norm, my two favorite writers. How is that pilot coming along?
Great! Fine!
Awesome. Sammy, come with me. I got a surprise for you. What do you think?
Who are we intruding upon?
You, my friend. Anything to keep my star happy.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, you don't believe me?
I'm sure it's mine. I'm just not sure it's me.
It's got everything that a man of your stature could hope for and blindly aspire to.
I appreciate that. Doesn't someone live in this house?
Well, it used to be owned by a romanticist, but he couldn't keep up with the times. Or the payments.
I don't really feel at home here.
You'll get used to it. You'll have to. Come with me. I'll show you the backyard. Wow! Beautiful, isn't it?
What's this?
Oh. Maybe you don't have these in Gay Paris. It's called a garbage can. It holds garbage.
So it does.
So are you happy?
I'm fascinated. I'm sure I'll get used to it.
Glad to hear it. Come on back inside.
I'm getting ideas already.
Eugene, sorry, this is in English. At a different house now. Go to this address. flask. What are you doing in there, Samuel?
Call it creative inspiration. And I feel more at home in this trash can than that house back there.
Well, it is a beautiful home. But why is there so much trash everywhere?
Well, I had to make room, didn't I?
Right. God damn it.
Well, now what's to be done?
Everything's to be done. But you don't have to decide anything from now on. He's writing that. As much as he's writing that rebellion.
What?
Why is this so upsetting to you? Should you not be pleased? Now that you know there is meaning in this world, there's security. Everything that your characters feared.
Well, why should I care about that? I mean, and not my characters.
I thought you said everyone was a Vladimir or Estragon.
Yes, everyone, not me.
Us.
Oh, you're just a bastardized version of me.
Well, you're just a bastardized version of him.
But it's two wrongs. It don't make a right.
Nor did they make a playwright. Come with me. See what fate is up to. I'll come down there.
Oh. Satisfied?
Where's the exit?
Oh, let's not ask questions to which you know the answer. Here it is. Has everything you need, everything you are. Security, meaning, all of it.
Well, this is supposed to be a solution.
Well, it is what it is. Well, you can try to work your way around it, but you'd just be passing the time.
No. No!
I never hoped for such antithetical, theoretical rhetoric to extinguish, relinquish all the work was saying. All the work was saying was all the work we try in vain. Inventing in veins, in our veins, some hope, and some hope is often in the vein of being in vain, because being is in vain, in the vein of being. Being is a sacrifice we pay. And we pay because we have no other thing to pay for, sacrifice. So we pay for our sins. And even if our sins are paid in vain, since the sin is just sin, injustice, oh, injustice. We call it injustice, system justice, we decide in vain. But the notion of the antithetical to that, well, I was never antithetical to it. Trying our best, the best our trying is trying! Just sounding fun that is sounding fun that is fun sounding as fun should sound! But it was all an escape. And I called them out. Well, not I, but he, and I don't mean he as in capital H, but capital D, because it's best to be a capital thinker, until your work makes you capital, then makes you capital, and then is trapped in the antithetical to your work, and your work that springs from the works of Schopenhauer as is spoken in the works, like the disciples of capital B, who says, to quote capital S, this cannot be. More say, this cannot be capital. But here we are, and time will tell. So nothing is sin. Because sin and all else is nothing. So the sin is not important. Because importing that into a theoretical that is not, because it cannot and therefore should not, therefore is therefore sin. a notion of what is, but what must be. But fate will tell. But fate has told! Damn it! Boot! Damn it!
Well, shall we go?
Yes. Let's go.
They move.